What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another Props Made Easy video. Well, Prize Picks video. Thank y'all for joining me as always. Drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, comment anything in the comment section if you haven't already. Thank y'all for joining me as always. Props Made Easy, only $20 a month, unless you are already a member. Come about a month ago and you got in for $15, and now you're grandfathered in for the 15. Shout out to everybody joining me right now, man. It was a solid night once again yesterday. Emmanuel quickly. I'm just going to mention a few players that I grabbed off the sniper tool that ended up getting me some money last night. Kyrie Irving, obviously. Emmanuel quickly. Um, who else was it? What's his damn name? I'm forgetting his damn name, but I had like 3 or 4 players that I had mixed and matched that smashed off the sniper tool last night. So it was a great night overall, man. Oh, it was a couple different Kyrie Irving props. Okay, so I had a couple different Kyrie Irving props that I played yesterday. Hit both. Emmanuel quickly popped in late. Cole Anthony was another one that popped in late, but he ended up being ruled out. So that pairing that I had ended up getting refunded. But it is what it is, man. Overall, solid night. Once again, let's get straight into it. All right. All right. So taking a look at NFL, as you guys know, let's go ahead and look at GameScript Plus. We're here on Thursday, so a lot of times by Thursdays, GameScript Plus and all that is ready to go. If you're new to the tools that Props Made Easy, GameScript Plus for NFL pretty much takes all of the plays that are plus EV plus projection, and by now you all probably know what plus EV plus projection is. Plus EV plus projection, I'll just reiterate real quick, is where a play not only does Vegas agree with one side or the other, over or under on a play, but our projection source also agrees with that. And remember, our projection source is a top source in the entire industry. Okay, so we're not just throwing this up. This isn't gut call projection. This isn't a human being putting in what they think might happen. This is analytics all combined into one. This is AI, all this type of things generated into our projections from our projection source to be one of the best in the entire industry, partnered with ESPN, all other stuff. So it is a great source to utilize as well. So that's why, because our projection source is so legitimate, we created plus EV plus projection, where not only do you take a plus EV play, but if that projection's on the same side too, we want y'all to play those plays. You know what I mean? Those plays that make the most sense. All right. So that's what plus EV plus projection is. You will notice that all tools that have plus EV plus projection that we have projections for will have a plus EV plus projection button, and that will automatically be selected when you enter the tools, because we really want you to focus on those plays alone. Now, if you want to see all plays and not just plus EV plus projection plays, you can do that by unselecting the button. Now, when you get in here, you do have to select the GameScript Plus button when it comes to NFL. And what GameScript Plus does is it shows you the plus EV plus projection plays that make the most sense based off of based off of expected game script. So let's say a team is expected to be down by 15 points. They're expected to lose by 15 by Vegas. That would mean that the passing script for that losing team will be very heavy. It'll be a heavy passing script because that losing team will need to put runs on the board quick. Okay, they will need to score quickly and often, so that means they will be airing it down the field. Okay, because when you run the ball, is most of the time when you're on a running script, you're trying to burn the clock, you're trying to just run down this clock so that you can win the game and get that W. So on the team that is a 14.5 favorite or 14-point favorite, whatever, they're going to be a run heavy script. So the overs, the plus EV plus projection plays that we already had on the tool without selecting game script that are on the over for rushing that's on that favored team will show up here on GameScript. The plays that are passing favored, right? The passing friendly plays that are on the team that is expected to be 14-point underdogs. If there's an over that's liked by plus EV plus projection, that will show here. So all of these plays not only are plus EV plus projection, but they match an expected game script. Okay, now if the game script's expected to be neutral, meaning the game's expected to be tight, then game script plus doesn't change anything. Those plays show anyways. Okay, all right. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the best plays on this slate. Number one, we have Geno Smith at the top of the list. Geno Smith's passing yards is at 243.5. He's 248.5 on other sportsbooks. That would tell you that Prizepicks might be a little low here. On top of that, to add some more safety to your call here, We have him projected at 254.4, which is a 10.9 projection differential. So not only is other Vegas lines 5 passing yards higher, but our projection source is 10, which would tell you both are on the same side. Both are telling you over 243.5 is the way to go there, and that's a great spot there. Devin Singletary's rushing yards 61.5, 66.5 on other sportsbook. That would make him plus EV on his over 61.5. We have him projected at 64.7, so not quite as high as the 66.5 as other sportsbooks, but that's still a 3.2 projection differential. All right. Now, because Geno Smith's passing yards is at the very top of this list, and I'm going with him, I'm not going to pair him up with Kenneth Walker because it makes more sense if I'm going to play a passing yards, I need to stick with the passing yards. I'm not going to put these two together because they kind of don't correlate with each other. Now, Geno Smith and Kenneth Walker absolutely can both hit, okay? And the reason they're both showing on GameScript Plus is because this game's expected to be competitive, I'd imagine. Let me see if I can look at let me look at how close that game's expected to be. I'd imagine with them showing here that it is a expected competitive matchup. Seattle and Arizona only 2.5 difference. So, yeah, both of these guys should do well. The offense should be clicking on all cylinders against Arizona. But like I said, because Geno Smith is the better option and he's on passing yards, they don't correlate well, so I'm not going to talk much about him. Tyreek Hill's receiving yards over 94.5. He's 97.5 on other sportsbooks. That's a 3 sportsbook differential. And look at this. Projection is damn near identical to where the other sportsbooks are, which is a 2.5 projection differential, which would tell you the over on Tyreek Hill is a solid value. All right, let's see what unders we have that's popping. The best under is Michael Pittman Jr.'s receiving yards, under 81.5. He's 79.5 on other places. And that's a -2 sportsbook differential, and then 75 projection. So not quite as high as these other sportsbooks are saying that they're expecting him to go. But nonetheless, it is a solid spot here for Michael Pittman's under receiving yards of 81.5. All right? And that's it. Let's move on to NBA. Now, as you guys know, we don't have a huge slate for NBA today. It's 2 games. So we're going to do with what we have available to us. And we're going to take the best values possible, obviously, that are plus EV plus projection. You already know. Obviously, keep an eye on that sniper tool because we will want every single little value that we can possibly get. In these videos, it's early in the morning, so I only have what's available to me so far on the tools. You don't have to force anything. You can utilize the tools as the day goes on and really get the best plays as the day goes on. As I've said, my favorite personal time to use the tool is later, closer to lock. I like to grab those values near lock. But whatever you want to do. Obviously, if you see a -150 pop in early and it's plus EV plus projection, get them in early. You know what I mean? All right. Anyway, looking at the slate today, we have a couple plays that stick out, and that's Victor Wembanyama's PRA under 31.5. All right, his line is set at 30.5, so his line is set a full point lower. Now, yes, the money is on the over 30.5, but the fact that this line is 31.5 feels a little bit elevated, slightly. It should be 31, probably. The fact it's 31.5, we'll take some value on the under here. He needs 32 to kill us. Obviously, this Milwaukee team's got a ton of size down low. That could somewhat hold Victor in check, but either way, not only do we have Vegas kind of leaning under with the full point under here, but we have the projection of 27.11, a -4.39 projection differential. All right? So under on Victor Wembanyama to start things out, PRA under 31.5. And then looking at the over options, at the top of the list is Tracy Jackson-Davis. Rebounds and assists is set at 7.5. Tracy is a much better rebounder than what we saw in this last game. I'm expecting him to get better rebounds here in this one. 7.5 is his rebounds assist line. -1 and 25 on the over. A projection of 8.6. So like I said, it's only a 2-game slate. So when you have only 2-game slates like this, you run the risk of not having a ton of options, obviously, because there's not as many players on the slate. But the 8.6 is a 1.1 projection differential. We're used to seeing like 3s and 4s possibly, but today, like I said, small 2-game slate, take what we can. So Tracy Jackson-Davis, rebounds, assists over 7.5, and then the under on Victor Wembanyama's PRA of 31.5. That's my absolute favorite one. Okay, that would be my absolute favorite play, is the under on Victor Wembanyama PRA of 31.5. When it comes to college football, I'm still on the unders for these Washington guys. Now, if this offense goes out and just absolutely goes crazy, then so be it. But I'm going to grab the under on Rome Odunze and Jalen McMillan, both of which have lines at 97.5 on Prizepicks for Rome. It's 89.5 other places, which is an 8 receiving yard differential. So it would be value grabbing that under there. Same with Jalen McMillan. Looking at the overs, it's so tight, I'm not even going to really discuss those. So when it comes to unders, Rome Odunze would be the number one college football under that I would go at 97.5. He's a fantastic player, don't get me wrong. Tough matchup against this Michigan defense, though. And I think that they're going to really have to spread this ball around if they're going to have a chance here. All right? College basketball. The best option for college basketball is KJ Simpson's points over 19.5. He's 20.5 on other sportsbooks, which is a 1 sportsbook differential. Solid value on the over for KJ Simpson's points. Looking at hockey, all even lines, nothing too crazy. We have the minus 135 on Alexis Lafreniere, but we don't have his projection data all the way in yet. As you can see, it only a 0.17 projection. So his projection data is not all the way in. But just off EV, you can go the under on Alexis if you would like to. Let's see. Nothing else crazy when it comes to Vegas. So under on Alexis Lafreniere, however you say it, for the Rangers. Shots on goal under 2.5. And then over on Sam Bennett is a good one for Florida. Shots on goal is set at 2. I normally don't like to do this, but if that's all we got, that's all we got. Projection of 2.98, so pretty much 3, a 0.98 projection differential. You could always go Patrick Kane for Detroit. Shots on goal over 2.5 as well. A few options there. For soccer, the best option would be the under on Gorka. Nothing crazy, just a minus 0.5. Projections right around where other sportsbooks have the line. So I'd say the under on the 2.5. He needs 3 to kill us. Everywhere's leaning at 2. So under on Gorka. Nothing there. For tennis, Ziyu Wang. Total games is set at 21. Great value on the over there. 24 on other sportsbooks. So great value on the over on Prizepicks at a 3 sportsbook differential. Really like that. And then Emil Ruusuvuori. Total games over 22.5. Those would be the 2 tennis plays that look the best to me. All right, now let's do a recap. All right, looking at NFL, the over on Geno Smith's passing yards of 243.5. Over on Devin Singletary's rushing yards of 61.5 are the 2 best overs. And then you have CeeDee Lamb that's popped in as a good EV under. Receiving yards of 100.5, 95.5 other places, a -5. Switching over to NBA. At the top of the list here right now, we have Tracy Jackson Davis, rebounds plus assists. As always, though, it's a 2-game slate, so it's slim pickings when it comes to value as of right now, but keep updated. But Tracy Jackson Davis over rebounds assists of 7.5 is the best projection differential value. That's plus EV plus projection. And then looking at the unders, Victor Wembanyama is, in my opinion, the best under call, the best value call that we have on NBA so far. PRA under 31.5 is what we're going to go there. For college football, we're grabbing the under still on Rome Odunze receiving yards. College basketball, over on KJ Simpson's points of 19.5. For NHL, over on Sam Bennett of shots on goal of 2. Under on Alexis Lafreniere. And then I also like Patrick Kane, shots on goal of 2.5. Under on soccer for Gorka, shots at 2.5. For tennis, over on Ziyu Wang, total games of 21, and then over on Emil Ruusuvuori, total games of 22.5. And that's it. If you haven't joined Props Made Easy yet, do so. Especially if you love player props and you play player props daily, this is the best tool to have access to in the entire industry. Now, I have I'm not going against you at all if you want to have multiple sites that you use. You know what I mean? Stack up as much information as you possibly can when you're making your plays, but Props Made Easy definitely needs to be one of them, with the Game Script Plus tool, the Plus EV Plus projection capability, the sniper function. All of these different functions that we have ability to utilize on this Props Made Easy tool makes it the best in the entire industry. And like I said, nowhere else has projections, state of the art, top notch projections to go with the EV as well, to put you in the best absolute spots like PME does. And like I said, look, it's only $20 a month. If you try PME and you don't like it, which you will, but if you don't like it, you just cancel your subscription and move on with your life. That's just, you know what I mean? It is what it is. If you're not willing to try out for $20, you shouldn't be betting. As I've always told y'all, if you don't have $20 to put into your content that you're looking over to be successful in player props, you shouldn't even be playing player props, because if you don't have the $20, then you don't have enough to be gambling, period. You know what I mean? And that's just me being completely honest with y'all. Y'all know how I am. Feel what I'm saying? But as I said, hope everybody has a fantastic day, whether you be a PME member or you just somebody else. I don't care if you're a PME member or not. I hope you have a fantastic day today. I hope you smash this, get this money, and let's get it. I'm out. Peace.